Hey, Dangwoo. I guess Dangwoo's not ready yet. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody excited for some Duckling Day 3 race action?
I don't know about you, Caleb, but I am ready. My name is Dangwoo. That is Caleb, that majestic voice, the man that I fought many of times on speed gaming. But you are here not to necessarily pay attention to us. You're just going to listen to us. We are here for our new players, our ducklings. This is week 3 of the platypus. This is the duckling, week 3 of the duckling derby. It's exciting. We have top 5 is within 10 points of each other. In first place, Groggy Dog. Groggy coming kind of not an underdog of sorts, but not the top favorite. But he's been doing it extremely well. He had first place in the first week, second place in the second week for 27 points, leading the way. Bert right behind him with 21 points. Had a rough first week in 7th, but he came back and took first place. So he's at 21 points. And Chaos Blue is at 19 points and has been very third and fourth for weeks 1 and 2. So Caleb, we also have Danny and Dark Moon right there, right behind him at 18 and 17 points. So, this one race could, decide a lot, make this race even more interesting going until tomorrow.
Yeah, this is super exciting, Dangwoo. I'm so pumped. I'm going to kick our runners loose so we can get our first look at the early magic shops here in Canaria. But I think the storyline here is everyone's talking about Bert. Bert Reynolds, new duckling, came into the community just a few months ago and has just been running amok in the SRL rankings, just climbing his way up, knocking down veterans. Our own Duck Derby boss, Gregory Puff, has succumbed to the Bert Reynolds effect and has lost at least one race to Bert Reynolds. But I think the real story here is Groggy Dog. Groggy Dog was a participant in the first Duck Derby when we weren't doing the point systems. We were doing sort of like a staggered elimination where it was a top 8 runners from the first race made it into race 2, top 4 runners from race 2 made it into the finals for the final 4 run. And in that race, we got a quick reroll here. And in our Black Magic, we've got Cake and Warp.
Oh, I love this already. This is a great seed. Oh, Fade there? Oh my, I would be so thrilled right now. Cake for Liches all day. Let's go.
With a Forced Red Mage, that's going to be real good. I think I would reroll into Fighter Double Red and a Black maybe. Or maybe Fighter Double Red White and just get those 3 Fade casters rolling. What would you do here?
For me, I would probably go with my usual strat of Fighter, Thief, Red, Black.
So what I was getting at with Groggy Dog was we had 9 participants in the first Duck Derby, and he unfortunately finished in 9th place and wasn't able to move on to the second night. So he's back with a vengeance, came in first place, and was it race 1 or race 2? And then the second race he came in 3rd, I think. So real strong showing here. Let me just pull up those. I have them right here.
Griggly comes in though in chat. He is the Duckling Derby boss himself. He says he would do black belt, 3 red mages because, well, we all know he's going to do black belt anyways.
Yeah.
And with a force class that is a red mage, I can't argue with that at all. The red mage is looking pretty powerful already.
Dark Moon realigning his light warriors here, drop some cure 3s, and it looks like he's going to be our first to take on Garland if these grumps and werewolves let him through. Let's see. Yeah, cake that Garland.
That's right, cake it.
Cake it till you make it.
Boom! See? Works every time. Works every time unless it says ineffective and then you go, the game's bugged. So we got ship and we get a crystal. Alright, well, guess we're going to Matoya's, probably on the way to go hang out with the pirates. That's what I would do. And which one would I do? Probably crystal first.
Bones giving Sledge the business.
think there's a joke with that one, but I'm not very creative enough.
That tracks.
Yeah. We'll just move along. Move along, everybody.
So it looks like we're syncing our streams up a little bit, and everybody's working on their Garland kill.
We have Gloomchew in here. Welcome to the Duckling Derby Week 3 as we get Oxyel from the lady that lost her eye or her crystal. So we have access to Onrak into the Sea Shrine. Town Shuffle is on, so we could potentially have a loose there.
Mm-hmm.
The incentive locations, though, are Ice Cave, Ordeals, Marsh, and Corneria. So either way, we can go to Marsh. The canal is open, so we have a bunch of towns to check anyways.
And in Matoya's cave, we find a wooden hat, 5,500 gold, and a cabin, and she gives us the Oxy Ale. So early C might be in play here.
I feel like I'm... Oh. And we're Lupud. Dark Moon has been Lupud. Unintentionally, but hey. He gets to hang out with the Lupa people. Toga.
Sledge is going to go visit Grandma, and he's going to get his Oxy Ale. So what if you were running these flags, what do you prioritize first? We got the level 1 warp. Do you start trying to dip your toe into those incentivized locations, or do you do a full town check hoping you find Provoca?
I mean, I would do Elflin, like what Dark Moon's doing, and I have to be honest, with Warp and with the Fade charges, I would do Marsh. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
And we have Onrak.
Oh, buddy.
So, I mean, C's not incentive, but with that Warp charge and Fade, honestly, I mean, you could say I meme and all that stuff. I might actually do C just to do the mermaid side, because there's a lot of treasure chests that are there once you get to that floor, and there's no encounters. You might find something there that other people won't go for because it's not the Marsh Cave.
At the very least, you're going to find money.
Exactly.
And that a little bit of money goes a long way in the first half hour of the game. All you really need is about 10, 12k, and you're golden until you find pro rings and gold bracelets.
Now, I'm not sure here, but I think Dark Moon actually, with that money, has not gone back to Canaria to get the Fade charges. He's still rocking out with Cake, and his White Mage doesn't have anything to cast, unless I missed it. So that could spell a little bit of a problem for him later on, because he's missing out on the second hardest hitting spell that's available.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the question in chat here...
We got a simultaneous canal crossing here as Darkmoon and Burt Reynolds are holding hands into the city of Vanilla Melmond.
Of course, Melman would be original, but this is key, though, because with Melman there, we have Lefane over in Provoca. If we find the slab, we have a turn-in.
Yeah.
Normally, we wouldn't be able to do that without an airship, but with the town shuffle, we can do this.
It's worth noting that within these flags, early Sages is turned off, so our runners are going to need to kill Lich in order to get an item from the Crescent Lake Sages. So if we find Crescent Lake, it's exciting, but it's not that exciting. We're really looking for Provoca here. Provoca or Elfland in my mind.
Fast is level 5. It looks like, I think it was in the warp slot, so that is after promotion for all classes. That, and when I say the warp slot, that is the 3rd slot in level 5 magic. Cobra's demolishing Dark Moon there as he's trying to make his way to Crescent. Oh, that's not a... Ooh, Danny with the run! Ooh. You say it's Vanilla Crescent. Perfect. We can't do anything here unless it is a shop item. There it is.
Love it. Ooh, that's expensive. But you know where that money is? Probably on the mermaid side. And
Exactly.
Sledge. So Sledge Calamity is a runner that we haven't seen a lot of on the restreams. He came into the community around the same time that I did, right around Spring Tournament 2019, and participated in the co-op tournament that we had last year, and I think he dipped his toes into the OnRack summer vacation, but made his triumphant return, and he's looking to upset Bert, throw an upset towards Groggy, and he's gonna do this. He's gonna do the C check, and it's gonna be awesome.
And we got a Peed farm over here by Groggy Dog. I kind of like it. Peeds give... Oh, well, okay, never mind. He just kind of ran. Peeds give a very good amount of experience early on. Very important.
Got a level 7 lamp check for Burt Reynolds.
That is learnable by the Red Wizard.
And Dark Moon, our first runner to get to the OnRack town, and we have Elfland. So Provoca will be airship locked, but we got level 3 Lit 3 and Temper. That Sea Dive got a little bit easier if we get some money, which is in C.
These Red Wizards are becoming so big right now. They can learn fast. They can learn Temper.
Mm-hmm.
They have Fate access at level 1. I mean, you have everything. And the boss scaling is only half of their value or double their value. So it's either at 50% or at 200%. So I mean,
he nopes out. He doesn't check level 4. He just says, "Nope, this isn't the Provoca I'm looking for," and he leaves. While Groggy Dog, our only runner in the Marsh Cave, could be an early advantage for Groggy Dog.
Yeah. No, it really is. I mean, it's only open progression, though. They don't have extended open. So if it's like a floater, it's not as useful. But at the same time, I like this play. And actually, if I was him, I would try and take some fights here. Marsh Cave has decent amount of experience here. And you can use that to go into the mermaid side for what the Bert's doing right now.
Yep. So Bert's found a potion and about 1,100 gold. It's going to check the quick chest. There's Lightning 3 money.
That was some big money right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, even more money coming through. Ice Sword. Okay, so Mermaid's already paying off pretty good here.
Ice Sword, one of the best swords you can find before promotion for the red mage, and for the fighter for that matter. The only thing you're gonna find better is the Masa or the Sun Sword.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got. I didn't see how much money, but he's got to be close to that herb money already.
Mm-hmm. And we got 3 more boxes to check. And Groggy's checking the last 2 chests here, one of which is linked to the middle floor. A little bit of money.
So much money.
So
yeah, 44,000 for Burt Reynolds off of that mermaid dive.
It looks like is he going to be greedy?
I like this. That's okay. Unfortunate.
We got Fade. This is fine. Quake's not going to do much, but we got hopes and dreams, I guess.
I gotta admit, I would not have casted that cake on the Black Wizard just for the pure fact that you... Ooh, crack. Those are on the Wizzahags.
The Wizzahags see the crack, and they say, hey, we can do that too, but ours is going to work on you because you're not a C-type creature. And here's a crack. So Bert gets his eggs cracked as Fade doing work for Groggy, Dark Moon sailing around fighting some Kaizokus, trying to make it back. Looks like he might be setting up a peed grind or a giant grind outside of Crescent Lake to get herb money. As Sledge Calamity is our second runner into the Marsh Cave now.
Yeah, that's rough for Bert. Because with all that money that he got, I know it's just money, but money early on is so crucial in this game. It allows you to buy so much stuff.
Groggy Dog doing the cheeky backdoor walk around in Marsh Bottom. Instead of doing the standard routing of going top, then working down towards the incentive chest, he's going all the way to the right, going to check this one off, and then work his way back up. I like it. Okay. I like to see the unconventional pathing.
Oh! Mux with nuke. Yes, please. Marsh is radioactive. Let's go.
And this is the benefit of having a live site. We can have the bot roll seeds for us in the SRL room, so...
Thanks,
you're
bot.
welcome, runners.
That's right.
Crimbot delivers. Let's go.
Yeah, and Volcano does have some Mux in there. We could find... There is... the enemy forced encounter titles have been shuffled, so I believe Mux can pop up there in the A side.
You're gonna have a hard time getting Cake to fire off on some scums too, Groggy, but it's a valiant effort. Give your pork something to do.
Did Darkmoon? No, Darkmoon didn't just buy the herb, did he?
I don't think so.
The good news is we have war. Oh, he did? Okay, Griggly's saying he did.
All right,
but I mean, I guess I'll have to believe the Duckling Derby boss himself. He's kind of in charge. And based on how Darkmoon's moving, I think he's heading over to Elfland Castle, so... And we just got rated by Speed Gaming 2. Hype it up. Let's go.
Whoop. So I think this race is going to come down to whoever gets through Topher the fastest.
I didn't realize I was broadcasting with Minochi85. Thank you very much, Captain Obvious. Oh, wait, no, he does recaps.
Yep.
This is why I bring you right here. Let me tell you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Ooh, wall level 3, also learnable. Wow. These red wizards have so much to do. I wish I had 2 or 3 red mages right now.
So, did Darkmoon buy that herb and turn it in? I missed it.
I haven't seen him turn it in, but
I don't know if he has it. We'll have to wait till he gets on an item screen.
I mean, here I was trusting the Duckling Derby boss himself, but I think he was messing with us.
What he's doing. All right, we got Life 2 is Red Wizard or Red Mage learnable, while Invis 2 is good for the white mages. And in black, we've got Fire 2, Lock 2. Not bad. Not bad.
Lock 2 for sure. Should be bought. If you guys didn't know, Lock 2 has been fixed. It always hits. Lowers the evasion of bosses and enemies. Whoever gets hit by it, it always hits.
I'm just going to go ahead and do this until we get confirmation that, yeah, he does not have the herb.
And for anybody out there that doesn't know, I don't think we actually gave a proper induction. This is the Duckling Derby, which means it is our new players. It's kind of a showcase, kind of a tournament. We are using point system like the Mario Karts. Mm-hmm. First place gets about 15 points, second place 12, and it kind of goes progressively less as you get low in the rankings. We have a very close spread here in the top 5. There's about 10 points separating the top 5 here, so a win here by anybody could make this very interesting going into week 4.
And we got a TNT in the box for Sledge Calamity, our first runner to get through the Marsh incentive tile. And chat calling out for a ribbon. I missed who grabbed the ribbon.
I don't know either, because I don't think we've seen it anywhere in the... Where was the cute hat at?
Darkmoon duking it out with some Lightning 3, some Mucks.
Greggly giving us the point total for the first place, but the person who wins first place in a race gets about 15 points, I believe, is the number. So
it's not just about 15 points; it is exactly 15 points. And Sledge Calamity finds the ribbon in that top right chest.
That's pretty useful. Helps against the crack from the Wiz Sayhags.
Groggy gotta fight his required images.
Ah, the sound of our people. The Poison SFX crew is ecstatic right now. Thank you, Burt Reynolds. You are the hero we needed. Poison hype.
And Burt Reynolds about to get his information that the herb is for sale. And it's for sale for all the money that he lost in the mermaid wipe.
Womp womp.
Pro
rings though for 11,000. Okay, I mean that's a bit much, but it's a lot better than some of the pricings we've seen.
All right. Groggy, gonna sort of like 15, 20 steps behind Sledge Calamity. Sledge Calamity's gonna walk up and get blocked by a river and realize this isn't your dad's progression here. We're going back. I guess it would be your kid's progression because the extended open's newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is your parents' progression here.
Back in my day, we had to make the long trip around.
We had to walk uphill both ways through the forest around Elfland.
Oh man, Groggy, looks like he's gonna heal Asps with cremate. I tell you, some of these early monsters are really being the vicious muck here. Here we go. No, okay. Oh, paralyzing touch on the mucks too. Awesome. There's the nuke.
As evidenced by these the situation we find our newer players in tonight, just because this is a showcase of newer players does not mean we're pulling punches.
Oh no.
We got a possibly required early marsh with nuke hanging out, stun touch hanging out, and a whole mess of trouble just waiting for folks when they go to the sea shrine with those Wissahags.
And that's actually a dangerous combination if you think about it. With the paralyzing touch, if they for some reason don't cast nuke, oh, and looks like creeps have an instant death spell. So the paralyzing touch, you have like a 25% chance of getting unparalyzed. So if you're trying to run and they paralyze you, now you're going to the next turn in which they can first turn nuke you. It is an awful combination.
It looks like Bert is set up for his herb grind, and all that effort is required as Groggy gets his loot. And that's L-U-T-E, not L-O-O-T. Because while it's required, it's not the treasure we're looking for here.
And we get a nice, overwhelming 5% extra experience and gold gain from that. High five.
It will add up. It will add up. So, Sledge about to get his loot. We'll go ahead and mark that off.
You know, I just want to give everybody out there, we have an awesome tracker. And you know what else he's doing is comms. Caleb, you're the man. I was going to offer to help you, but
I do it myself, Dangwoo.
You do it. I am so proud of you right now.
Sledge getting out of there. Are we going to get a Hooray Dwarf? We going to get a Hooray Dwarf, Sledge? No, Sledge hates fun.
Sledge hates fun. All right. For all you new players out there and all new ducklings, if, you know, the TNT or the adamant happens to be in the dwarf cave, you have to say hi up to the Hooray Dwarf. You just have to. It's kind of required.
TNT is in chat. We just found you. You were hanging out in the bottom of the marsh cave again. But we turned you in and we got a guitar for you. So it's a weird little pawn shop we got working.
Is that one of those things where, like...
Hey, Dangwo.
Yeah, what's up?
I just did some head math, and without that canoe, we have an required early sea dive or early earth dive.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
And it could be so it could either be a double dip into earth, or, well, no, actually, you know what could happen is there could be a loose rod in there, and then they have to kill Lich to get progression from the crazy old guys in Crescent.
Ooh,
perfect. Buddy. It's okay though. We have cake. We are good to go.
Yeah, we got. I mean, anybody that didn't reroll and immediately pick up at least 2 red mages after seeing that red mage learnable fade, I feel bad for you. None of our on-stream runners did it. They all elected to take Rainbow except Dark Moon, rocking the double melee with aptly named Dang on the ground.
Yeah.
The 3-man. That's an interesting take with these flags. What do you think about that, Dangwoo?
I mean, he's gonna be in trouble right now. He didn't pick up the fade charges that were in Canaria, so the 3-man party comp is gonna suffer. I mean, I know he didn't do it on purpose, but like he's handicapped himself right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to do when, you know, you forget about the spells like that. especially in a race type of setting. You know, if you don't write down what those spells are, exactly what's happened to Dark Moon happens to everybody.
And Groggy Dog gets the information about the herb for sale. And what if that herb turns to Rod?
Yeah, that's another good point too. Is the mermaids had so much money that you could have gotten that herb very quickly. I mean, you know, if you made the trip over to Crescent, and then you just make that short, you know, sail back to Elfland real quick, and you know, it could be the canoe, which opens up everything almost. It could be.
And look at that, Dark Moon doing a veteran move, trying to burn off an encounter so he doesn't see. Oh, too late. You you got the encounter you were trying to burn off. Valuable lesson. And look, did Burt Reynolds... Welcome to the bottom of the microwave, Burt.
Enjoy your stay in the marsh.
There's a reason. There's a reason mucks have nuke. It's this crud on the bottom of your microwave when you don't clean it.
Sledge about to get the bad news. You have to defeat Lich.
Oh.
Unless you know something we don't know, and if you talk to every single old man here, it magically appears.
Yeah, this is a bad time.
Okay, we're gonna go for round 2. Nope. Okay, you ended on the first cycle. We're good.
That's an important level 3 Cure 4 and Wall Red Mage learnable. Red Mages.
Now, if for anybody out here, yeah, we were kind of picking on Sledge there, but at the same time, that's one of the flags that you kind of got to pay attention to. Is we offer these early conveniences where you don't have to defeat Lich to be able to talk to those old men. That flag is turned off, so you actually have to defeat Lich, like in the original game, to be able to get the item from the old men.
Dark Moon with his TNT git, gonna warp on out of here.
It's probably save as fast as possible.
Yep.
I'm done being nuked to death.
Never coming back.
Never coming back. What if we got a key and everything just didn't add to progression at all, and they had to go into the key lock?
Dark Moon. The way Dark Moon's pathing makes me think he's gonna walk up and try to go right to the dwarf cave. And Geist with Frost. Oh, buddy. What can I say except you're welcome? We're giving our ducklings here an apt lesson in reading flags and knowing about extended open versus regular open progression and what it's like when early monsters have nuke. This is a valuable lesson. Consider it taught, Dark Moon.
Yeah, I mean, Sledge sailing the high seas here. Looks like Groggy's doing it too. Where is Sledge going?
You gotta go to Earth or back to that sea cave.
Yeah, you gotta get money. You gotta get that herb. Because there is no progression right now outside of... Well, I guess we don't know what's loose in Earth, but...
So...
Groggy actually survived the nuke.
Bert survives the nuke. And
oh no!
Held. So he's gonna skip that chest in the top right, which he doesn't know is a ribbon. So there is a loose ribbon in these flags. Some like to call it Schrodinger's ribbon. I like to call it Entroper's ribbon. All right. So we don't know if that was one of the two loose here, but it could be. And we won't know for sure until we do a key item turn in that nets us a ribbon, or we find all three in boxes.
I mean...
So Sledge Kalemi has found his way to Elfland with about 19,000. Gonna be able to buy the magic spells he wants. I don't think he has the information about the 34k herb.
No, I don't think so either. Cure 4 Wall. I mean, there's so much stuff that's Red Wizard. The only thing that's not available to the Red Wizard is the Invis casters. Invis 2 is locked over to white, and Invis was also locked in white. So, I mean, the trade-off is you just go ham on the fiends and you hope that you out DPS them.
Mm-hmm.
And you might cast like 1 or 2 invises because you have a white mage.
Dark Moon got bonked by the Mystic Key door. We haven't found the key yet, Dark Moon. But he gets his loot, required item. Gonna save it and think about what he's gonna do next, as Burt Reynolds also gets his loot.
Everybody's got their guitar. All right, we're all a guitar-playing band. Ham on the beans, Gregory.
Pork and beans is a underrated Campbell's canned product. Question from chat: why isn't Sledge's timer visible? All of our runners are running on a synchronized timer right now. The restreamer has synced their times up. Sledge likely is not streaming with a timer, which is why we don't see one.
Yeah, it could also be hard to be pulled up. He might have it in a spot that's just not,
True.
for whatever reason, just not popping up in a good spot.
All right, so Bert has the information about the mermaid side, so it looks like he's gonna go save it and then head down, maybe to Kraken side.
I mean, he's got decent amount of HP. He just doesn't have any armor or weapons. I mean, you have enough fade charges. You probably could kill Kraken. It's just you have to hope Kraken casts a bunch of ink spells and doesn't attack right away.
And Dark Moon gonna open some boxes and Temple of Fiends. Hope that there's an early loose that he missed. As we have Divergence in the Sea Shrine, Groggy going right side. In a little bit better position than Bert was when he came here, but now Bert looks like he's setting himself up to do the left side.
And Classic Gamer brings up a good chat or point in chat. You know, we don't have Brack, we don't have Bane, so it's not a great chance of beating Kraken, but enough fade charges, like I said, bosses can roll half their HP value. So a normal Kraken's got what, 800? So
and
400 at the minimum.
The Sea Snakes with Gaze are going to make not just the Sea Shrine dive here challenging, but also Topher a little bit later with Hags having Crack and Sea Snakes with Gaze. While they won't roll together in Topher, that water floor is going to be pretty scary.
Oh yeah, we're about to see it here for Bert. He's already seen it once, but he gets a fade charge off. Hags rolled high enough HP not to die. These are the ones that we're worried about. They have Crack. Attack. He's safe for now. Light 3 is going to help him out to make it through.
So there are 2 loose items in this flag set. We have yet to see one. I'm anticipating, like you said, either that herb turns into our progression or it turns into the rod and the old men are holding onto the progression.
I mean, I'm thinking the herb's going to lead to something just because it's there. It's one of those weird things. I don't know. I mean, there's just so much loose that's available because nobody wants to double dip Earth. Nobody wants to go crack inside, you know, go all the way to Sharknado and then warp out. So, unfortunately, you're going to see our runners here that are going to try and do everything that as late as possible.
And unrunnable water, so that Topher water floor looking not scary, but just scarier and scarier as we go. It's well, they don't seem to have rolled too high HP, so. And Sledge gonna get the information that Cake isn't gonna work on our water monsters.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cake is a 3 in 256 chance working against sea monsters. There's a couple of them that has a good chance, and that's against like pirates and kazoos or whatever. But that's only because they're technically considered not sea monsters.
It's because they got feet. Well, I guess the hags have feet too. But...
Bert here, I think, actually got enough money. He's going to Crest, and he must have found enough when he went to Kraken side. Warped out. So
it's a bold strategy.
Groggy going to Melma? Okay, no, he's taking the the west way over to Crescent. So Groggy and Bert are going to give our first look at what the herb's going to give us here. Once they buy it, there's a 34,000 herb that possibly could be holding progression for our runners.
What would you do if it was Chime?
Look,
and the Lich Kill gave us Cube. And we got a loose canoe in the Sky Castle.
I mean, to be completely honest, if Chime was here from Herb, I would do Earth first before I went to Mirage, just because of where I'm at in location-wise.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to admit, if I'm up against like a Crab Cakes, or I'm up against, a good runner or something like that, I would toss a coin to my Witcher. And wherever that lands, that's where I'm going. Because it doesn't matter, because 20 minutes earlier, they've already done the herb turn in, and they're already progressing.
And the Sahags just giving Darkmoon the business. Lit 3 will take them all out except the Wisp Sahag.
It's got crack. Has it already casted it?
I think that's what happened.
Yep.
So
Once
get
again,
those levels on Duke, warp out, bring everybody back up. Don't continue to explore.
That's my Darkmoon. You go, boy. You got this.
This is the same
hubris beautiful.
that got.
He has no way of killing that Wiz.
Oh, here we go. Herb turn in incoming on Bert's screen. And it's adamant.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad. It's the 5% leads to another thing. We'll turn that in.
Would you say it's not badament?
Okay, man. I really wish somebody had ran into the OK Man and had the name on. So Darkmoon wipes there. His hubris was too much for him. He's rediving C here.
Yep, that's the same thing that happened to Bert.
It was actually the same group, too. That's the ironic part. So Groggy found the footsteps of Bert here. This is first and second place that have the quote lead right now. Sledge trying to catch up. Yep, okay, there he goes. Now he's going to go in there. He's got the money. Ooh, he's got lots of money. He could buy a couple pro rings with that. Adamant, what do we got? Crown. Okay, Classic Gamer already called it. Well played, Classic.
Got the hacks.
He's got the hacks.
My favorite thing about this is without that extended open, they got to get in their boat and sail all the way around.
So true, too.
If you thought you were going to go fast, think again. You probably should have gone to Earth Cave and found the loose item that's maybe there.
Oh, Darkmoon. These ghosts. If you have never fought them in the original game, Randomizer can make them awful. They hit hard, and in the Randomizer, they can get a couple hits on them, and it just destroys anybody. Even your tanked out knight in front can take a lot of damage.
Question in chat from Chitin. Good to see you, Chitin. Who rolled this seed? So technically it was me, but we are finally off of our beta site and using our live site, so we can have the it's the slab.
The fetch continues.
We can have the bot roll the seed. So Crimbot rolled this seed after I asked it to 3 times because I messed up the command a couple times. So Sledge is going to turn in his...
Your ability to roll the flags was outstanding. I'm interrupting you because it was great.
And he gets his Feels Badament.
Feels Badament. Somebody run into an OK Man, please.
And it looks like Groggy has his crown.
Oh, Classic Gamer calling it to be the floater after the slab fetch chain. That would be a very feels badament at that point because we are going loose item hunting.
Or, yeah, because we'll need that rod. All right. Groggy grabbing his slab. And Bert has translated. And Dark Moon still drowning in the sea shrine. All right, we got the slab turn in, and Bert is off to Provoca, which is New Lefane.
Yep.
Dark finding a power stick. And a silver hat.
Okay, I mean that's some more absorb. I would equip it.
All right. Bert, first to turn in the slab.
Will the Lefanish people help us out? They did.
It's the
canoe. All right. Waterfall now open. Ordeals now open. Ice cave now open. 3 fetch locations. Or 3 key locations. Where do I go first?
You have the level 1 warp. I'm surprised Bert didn't go to Ice Cave.
Honestly, I would do... With the spells I have, I'm doing Ordeals into Waterfall.
That makes sense.
Just because Ordeals has easy enough enemies generally that we can kill to gain experience. We go into Waterfall, which generally has the more hard-hitting enemies. The Mud Ghouls do a lot of damage. Nightmares are annoying, and we can run into the Green Dragons now that the 8th encounter has been changed or fixed. So those 3 encounters by themselves make Waterfall very dangerous.
And it looks like that's where Bert's heading. And Sledge is our first runner I think we've seen approaching the Sharknado floor.
And as our reigning 2019 Spring Tournament champion, Crapix has pointed out, saving ice until as last as possible allows you to do the warp trick anyways if you already know where the loose is, so you don't have to check out all of the ice cave.
That's true. I've just seen too many loose items in that last floor of ice. The first floor when you're wrapping back around through the drop down loop. I've seen too many loose items on that floor to delay it if I've got warp.
Look at Sledge. He is in Sharknado room on the Kraken side. Uh-oh. But he's got the Wissahags, Red Sahags. The Wissahags have crack. Hopefully they don't get a turn. Okay. Unfortunately, the Wissahags have a decent amount of HP. I'd say about 250 plus. Cake's not going to do it. Oh, boy. We got a lucky attack. Round 2.
And Bert is in the waterfall.
There's the crack.
We have life. We have life 2 if he bought it.
So this is okay. The good news, it looks like Mud Ghouls might have rolled low accuracy. Cake does okay against Mud Ghouls, so you can use it. Zap does well too. Looks like they rolled about 230 to 245 HP.
And we get
they get a hold of one of your clothers. If they get a hold.
Sorry. I was going to say, Sledge checking chest, he had life 2, so he bounced back, found a black shirt, found a flame armor, and found a pro ring. So, value in Sharknado for sure. Put that flame armor on Zeke, please. Thank you. Gotta equip that cap for good measure too, man. And Dark Moon. Herb, get. Fetch quest, go.
See, these are the nightmares. These can be dangerous. 2 hits. That was on a top knight, so they might not have rolled very hard hitting. But if they get a hold of one of your lesser armored, that could be trouble. Out of bounds bat. Hype.
Oob. Not orb. Oob. And what's the robot got for us? The cube. We got vanilla cube.
Okay. I really like that Sledge picked up that stuff. That black shirt is key. That gives the black wizard, when he gets promotion, protection from ice and time spells. It's very nice because you can now put a ribbon on someone else. And
Hey,
you know,
Danguo.
what's going on?
What if I told you Wiz Mummies had stone poison?
I would say this seed continues to deliver because ordeals can be very dangerous now.
Mm-hmm.
Earth Cave can be dangerous. I think Earth Cave's got Wiz Mummies.
Mirage can be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here that are in common occurrence.
It looks like Sledge is going to try to walk this out. He ran out of warp charges. And he's got his fighter and his red mage. Trying to get through. Bert saving up and looks like he's headed to ordeals. Groggy slugging through ice. Dark Moon trying to get that fetch quest going.
And Bert's actually in pretty good levels too. Level 15. I didn't realize he was in that good a shape. The waterfall actually makes a little bit more sense. I thought he was a lot lesser level when he went there. So
thanks, Speed Gaming Espanol with the raid.
Yeah, thank you for the raid.
I'm just gonna keep cutting you off, Dangwell.
Hey, you know what? You're more than welcome to. Somehow you managed to take the lead in our grudge match. So you know what? You're allowed.
All right, we're gonna get a fun little treat for people that don't know the randomizer. We're gonna get a warp ice cave trick.
Whoa! He is floating in the air with an incentive Masa Moon. Holy moly!
So, ice not required as of yet, but that Masa is real nice.
It's required right now because we have no late game weapon.
We got ice swords. We can get through this game with ice swords.
we can get through it, but we're trying to go fast.
We're still looking for loose items, and people are just ignoring the chest density that is the Earth Cave.
There is no chest density. They don't have rod. What are they gonna do there? Oh, hey, vampire. Oh, your chest isn't incentivized. Too bad. Walk away.
Oh, we got
although there is better trap treasure around though, so some of those trap tiles there might have something good.
And Groggy just found a Thor hammer in that better trap treasure room in the frosty room, and we've got the floater.
This does absolutely nothing, by the way.
For
no, it does. You're right. We do have canoe. I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
Dark Moon with the adamant to his crown. Now gets to go all the way back around. And there's Sledge Kalami with his adamant to his crown.
If only that young whippersnapper Bert had listened to me and went to ordeals first.
Well, it was still required to go to Waterfall. So it's not too much of a time loss there.
You gotta go fast.
He still will end up likely checking ice unless he finds the likelihood of having a required loose is pretty high now. So he will likely still end up getting that Masa.
So where does he go? He's gonna probably go to Sarda. I mean, that's a check once you get into the air. So at about 46 minutes and 45 seconds, we'll say Bert is the first one in the air. Groggy is kind of behind him. Ooh, we have access to the sky. We can go all of sky now.
Mm-hmm.
At least for Bert.
We're just missing Rod and Key for our go mode.
Yeah, and what do we have left? We have Canaria locked. which might have the rod.
Mm-hmm. We have the pirates.
We still have pirates. Yeah, that's right. They are in Lefane.
We have the Lich Kill, and we've got a bottle out there somewhere.
Yeah. Still got a lot out there. Hold on to your seats, everybody. We're in for a heck of a ride here. Where are the loose? Let's get it in chat here. We haven't found any. What are they and where are they going to be? We still have a ribbon that could potentially be there. We've got, as Caleb has pointed out, we have the rod, we have the bottle, we have
Tail, Ruby.
Tail, Ruby. Although Ruby's not really required, but that's going to probably be a dud.
What if
That is
there
a
are
dud at
4
this point.
boxes? There are 4 boxes. Ruby could be hiding a loose in.
I like your optimism.
And Bert immediately beelining for Bicky.
Hey, did the Titan pay you to say that?
I have no sponsors here. And Dark Moon translating his slab.
There's our bottle.
Bicky with the bottle. And we had Vanilla Gaia.
Yeah. So the good news is it's like right there. So, you know, once he leaves, once he gets all the spells and stuff, it'll be good to go. We got some more poison SFX. Thank you, Bert. You are the hero the people needed.
Heal 2 and life.
Wow.
A plus definitely would have brought my call to swap that black mage for a red mage at the level 1 fade. Would have paid out huge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, your knight has heal, your knight has life.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much stuff that's available to the knight and the red wizard. Lock is there. That's one thing I'm surprised that Bert didn't pick up. Didn't pick up the lock spell. And as I pointed out earlier in the broadcast, it is a spell that hits. Always hits now. It is a flag we offer. It always hits, and what it does is it lowers the enemy's evasiveness.
Mm-hmm. By like a full invis stack.
Yeah. Very important, especially when the higher percentages. Even at 200%, you can get some highly evasive enemies there.
We're going to check level 7. We've got Stop and Saber.
Absolutely useless. Exits there, but that's white
That's
magic only.
Mm-hmm. Got our gold bracelets. Only 18k, not the worst I've seen. Dark Moon confirming that he has the canoe by bonking into that river inlet. Where are you going, Dark Moon? You gonna show us the
I don't know. I thought maybe there was.
little lake north of Melmond? Speed Gaming with the big raid of. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, welcome, welcome. As you can see in the middle, oh, Rod. Okay, Lich is now open. Because of Lich being open, once we defeat Lich, we now have access to the Old Men. If you ever played the original game, once you defeat Lich, the Old Men, it gave you the canoe. Now they'll give you some sort of key item now at this point. Caleb, we are 51 minutes in. We just got a raid. What are all these people watching right now? I know it says in the middle, it's a Duckling Derby, but what is this and what week are we on?
The Duckling Derby is a little event that we're hosting to kind of highlight the newer players into the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. This is the 3rd race of the Duckling Derby, and we're doing a Mario Kart style point system where the top runners will earn 15 points, second place runner gets 12 points, third place runner gets 10 points, and then it sort of just decreases by 1 point from then all the way down to last place, getting 1 point. And right now we have on the bottom half of our screen, we have Burt Reynolds and Groggy Dog effectively first and second. Groggy Dog in first, Burt Reynolds in second after 2 races. Dark Moon is in 5th place, and Sledge Calamity missed the first race, or missed the second race, so he's hoping to catch some points there. Play spoiler to Burt and Groggy Dog. We have a bunch of other ducks running off stream. This is really anyone's game. I know Burt Reynolds got into the air really early, but he's going to be retreading some stuff that Groggy's already done, and Groggy's about to get his floater, so this is going to get wild. I mean, if you're running this and you don't have an orblet, you're not in the air, you're pushing the hour mark, it's got to feel sort of like harrowing. Like you got it's that scene in Indiana Jones, that boulder's running you down, and that boulder's got Burt Reynolds and Groggy Dog on it, and you know they're coming for you.
That's exactly it. I mean, Burt Reynolds and Groggy have made their names for themselves as of recently. Very very good runners, have taken a lot of points, SRL points if you want to call it, off of the vets, have done a very good showing in general, and they're showing it here.
And Groggy taking a grind on the seafood party pack. Low key, solid XP. Let me burn off these fades and lids. I didn't see anything too scary. Let me go ahead and eat these. Interesting play from Groggy Dog. I love it. Dark Moon winds his way through the waterfall cave. He's going to get his cube from the robot, which is vanilla, but that's not always the case.
Yep. Groggy making his way through ordeals. That leads to the floater. It is open progression, so because we have the canoe, we can get on. He'll be able to catch up to Burt, try and catch up at least. Sledge making his way on Kraken side in the sea, the sea shrine, going to take on Kraken. It looks like it's a bold plan here. I like it. You're earning bonus points, Sledge. Do it.
Do it. But no early Brack, no early Bane. He does not have that Masa. How are you gonna take on Kraken 1 here if you're Sledge?
And didn't heal.
We're gonna just fire fades and we're gonna do Invis too.
Essentially. I would cast Lit 3 and fades, and you might be able to kill him in time. 2 hits, 89. That's a good start.
Yeah.
That's 185 damage already done. The minimum amount of HP Kraken has is 400, but it can go up to 1600. So we're about 200 in. 300. Invis 2 casts.
And he's getting those Invises out before Kraken starts punching. Kraken's using spells and skills, kind of giving Sledge the opportunity to get the kill off. Yeah, keep firing those fades.
I'd cast some Lit 3s too, because Kraken has a weakness to lightning. Ooh, that's a big hit, 261. We're about 600 damage. That's 700 Blizzard. That's a hard-hitting spell. That's going to wipe out 2 of them. He might have Kraken on the ropes.
Stand on that gas pedal.
Oh, this is a chonky Kraken here. This is almost vanilla. 32's not going to do it. Decently evasive. There we go.
He did
Lights
it.
his first orb.
Sledge Calamity says, "Not today, Kraken.
Whew.
Not today.
Not today, Kraken."
Dark Moon.
Good.
Dark Moon grabs his cube. Looks like Groggy realizes that he does not have the bottle, so he's gonna just say, "No, let me go check out Lefane," which I know is Provoca. Burt Reynolds has full clear of the ice cave. He has his Masa sword. But so Sledge Calamity, our first runner on stream to light an orb at just about the 56-minute mark. It's a pretty exciting feeling. But he doesn't know the fetch quest that awaits him.
Fetch quest that awaits him.
He still hasn't... he's got to go translate his slab now.
You know, this is an interesting question. I know I'm interrupting you here, but this is something that I kind of got to ask you and the fans out there. Burt here essentially has the turn in after defeating Lich. Do you full clear Earth, or do you maybe bypass the first 3 levels, you do the level right before Lich, and hope that the old men lead to the key for go mode?
Yeah, because the key will lead to. We know that. So I think the biggest stumbling block here would be the old men giving us the ruby, because we know the key will unlock another incentive location, and that incentive item in the Canaria. Oh, we got an Excal on Earth, but Bert says, nope, I don't need that. I got a Masa. But we know that Canaria Locked is holding an incentive item, so that is either, and it can't be the key, so it's either the ruby or the ribbon in Canaria Lock. If my head math is right. Oh, there's still a tail out there too. So we got odds. I'm just not smart enough to figure them out.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things, because I think I mean, it doesn't really take that much longer to clear Earth on the way anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things of, do you try it? I mean, you still got all of Volcano, you've got all of the Mirage and Floating Castle. I mean, there's so many so many places that you can go to.
And Dark Moon making the right call here, immediately going to Ordeals. He's going to get rewarded with his floater. And he'll be catching up pretty quickly here as Sledge Calamity with the canoe in hand now.
It's a ribbon for Bert.
So that's 2 ribbons we've seen now. We don't know if either one of them is loose. But if we find another one, we know one of them was.
I think Bert, yeah, that's his first ribbon. He didn't find the one that was in Marsh Cave on the bottom floor in the top right room. So this is his first ribbon found.
And Dark Moon doing the warp trick through Ordeals, making it a little bit easier for himself.
Zeno in chat. Welcome, Zeno. Hope you enjoy the Duckling Derby Race 3 here.
Who let ribbon into duck flags? We did, because... Well, actually, Greggly Puff did. Because just because they're new players doesn't mean they don't need to learn valuable lessons.
Like Mux with Nuke.
Which we haven't seen their return yet when people go into the volcano. And I wonder if that's why folks have not gone to the volcano yet.
I have to admit, I would have gone into Volcano either way. I don't care. Just like, oh yeah, that's right. Mux have Nuke again. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, go back and talk to Bicky, Groggy. Say hello to Mom. Talk to Bicky.
Oh, Groggy trolling me, okay? He's bringing up the fact that one time I forgot to talk to Bicky. Okay, Groggy, I see you.
It happens to the best of us, dang Will.
It hurts, though. It hurts.
Hey, dang Will, you want to do a recap for all these folks that just rated us? Let them know what's been going
on? Let's just say the early game, or the early portion of this, was treacherous. Many deaths were had. Wiz Sayhags had crack. Yeah, those water pigs. Mux, as we just talked earlier, had Nuke, and they had Paralyzing Touch just for the the fun of it. If they weren't casting Nuke, they would then have a second chance at casting Nuke because, well, your team was paralyzed. I think we've seen some damage poison. We found a bunch of other stuff. It has been a treacherous thing, and on top of that, the money to get the herb, which was 34,000, which was in the Crescent location, you had to get it by going into the Sea Shrine, going on Mermaid side, and that led to our progression.
And Sledge Calamity also electing to do Ordeals before Waterfall, so he will get airborne very quickly. And I think, Bert was airborne around the 47-minute mark?
Somewhere right around there, yeah.
Yeah, so they're not too far behind the benchmark to get airborne, and Sledge does have an orblet, so he's ahead in that regard.
Yeah, very true. I mean, I like it. I like the way he played it. He was able to defeat Kraken. It's one less thing he's got to do while he's there. But Wiz Mummies with the stone poison gets one of them. It's going to be interesting here. Groggy Dog's got to play catch up here, but I think
He still has to do Waterfall and Sarda to get his chiming cube.
which is interesting. He didn't do Sarda yet. That could be a telltale, or that's a something to kind of highlight there. It's very easy to forget about Sarda.
Mm-hmm.
It might help if he picks up a ruby here very quickly, because then you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about Sarda.
And Bert finding some good gear here in the Earth Cave. Got a pro ring, got a gold bracelet, reset out of the X-Cal. I probably would have kept the X-Cal until Topher and let someone else swing the Masa, but Bert's a better runner than me, so we'll see how that pays out for him.
I mean, it's interesting.
He did go the south route through Earth 4 here. It's the not the most optimal pathing, but you do avoid the bats by going that way.
I mean, there's some things to say. Xcal between level 18 to level like 23 is better just because you got the same hits, but Xcal has the weapon damage bonus against most enemies. But then when you get up to level 24, Masa gets that extra hit, the 5th hit. So Masa kind of starts taking over. I mean, it's just one of those weird things of, if you really care about the numbers and stuff like that, it's worth to keep. Plus, then you can put the Xcal on your fighter, Masa on your red mage. If for whatever reason your knight goes down, you at least have something that can attack. I mean, you have life for days.
And their loose key is in Earth Cave. So,
all right, time to go.
Burt Reynolds at the hour and 4-minute mark has hit go mode. If he's been keeping up with his notes, he knows that the Lich kill will net him either the ruby or the tail, and that the other is in the Canaria Locked Armory. Now, do you open that up and just hope that it's the tail so you can promote and throw on some of that nicer gear that we found? I think we found like an Aegis shield at some point, maybe.
I mean,
you would also get that good magic for your knight.
Exactly. I mean, you kind of have to, because there was such good magic available for your knight, and you're going into Mirage, which is high experience. You still got the seafloor.
Well, I guess technically, the old men or the Canaria Locked could have a ribbon.
True. I mean, that is very true, but I mean, I would do those 2 checks because it's on the way. I mean, you're going to Volcano. You might as well do the old men. And he's already flying to Canaria. I mean, it's right there either way if you go to Temple of Fiends.
Yeah.
I mean, you just might as well do the 20-second check. And if you get the tail, hey, now we have a bunch of spell casts that our knight can learn.
So all of our runners are now airborne, picking up their loose ends.
And there it is. I mean,
it's value.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great play by Bert. I know it seems silly, but it's an easy way of overthinking things of, hey, I'm in go mode. Why do I need to check these chests? And you missed out on tail with all these great spells for a knight. I mean, the number one thing that kills you from winning a game is wiping a Temple of Fiends in the late parts. When you're, just past, Tiamat 2, and all your casters are dead, and you got to solo against Chaos, or you lose all your stuff against Kraken 2. You've just wasted probably 4 minutes killing a Kraken 2 there. That you don't get any of that time back.
Yeah. So Sledge heading down to the Lafane location, gonna pick up his bottle. And Burt Reynolds promoted is gonna grab Fast. Another reason to promote.
Yeah, I mean, I know I harped about life, but fast on a fighter is kind of life or death too, because without a fast charge, the knight really doesn't swing as much as you think.
All right, so Burt Reynolds has the Earth Orblet. Sledge Kalami has the Water Orblet.
Interesting. He's actually gonna go and do this.
It might be a ribbon.
That's true. Go for the ribbon. It's the ruby. So the loose ribbon.
So we may have found the. I mean, and Groggy Dog finding a ribbon here in the Earth Cave. So is that 2 ribbons in Earth?
Shouldn't have been. No, that's the same one.
Okay, it's the same one. I thought the first ribbon was on Earth 1. Okay. All right, so yeah, so definitely loose ribbon this seed.
Okay.
Loose ribbon and key. Gotta love it.
And all because of the one muck with Nuke that wiped Burt out before he got to Marsh. Did not check that one chest in the Marsh bottom floor, so he's gonna one-man it. Or one ribbon it.
Yeah. He's bypassing everything in Volcano. And his pallet shuffle turned his R Hydras into regular Hydras. Gotta love when that happens. Playing with the fun percent flags on the randomizer. Some neon orange bowls. Love it.
I mean, I like... So, with the knight having life, having one ribbon is more than enough, I think. And
yeah.
I think... And, I mean, I'm sure... And especially with Wall being learnable, I think it was level 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, level 3, which is learnable to your knight and your red mage, and we have a white mage on every single one of our runners. I mean, yeah.
And Bird's gonna check the spike tiles here, so looking for something. Especially considering we haven't seen Nuke at all, so that's either level... I missed all the level 7 shops, but it's probably level 8 now. So the red wizards are going to be a little more valuable than the black wizards, which isn't common.
I'm actually kind of surprised he's checking traps or spike tiles, but I think that was accidental. Maybe not. I mean, we have a Warmech that is patrolling.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's guaranteed to give you 3 levels. Metal slimes, hey-oh, okay.
Does it look like mucks? I panicked for a second.
I panicked too. I said, oh.
Groggy Dog showing us where the party's at.
God, that sprite change is terrifying considering we know that mucks that look exactly like that have Nuke. Oh man, I wonder... That's something we have to ask them. So, he went on that Agama tile, and the metal slimes popped that look like mucks. What was your first reaction?
Groggy Dog clearing the vampire. Dark Moon and Sledge in ice. I think we're going to have, barring a nasty Topher, I think we're going to have a foot race between Burt and Groggy, and then Sledge and Dark Moon are going to be like right behind them. But this is still anyone's race.
I think so too. I mean, I like... I don't know. I mean, so ideally, I think if you can get into the Temple of Fiends Revisited at about 21, 22, you hit the 24 mark just before, just after carry, if it's possible. That's when you get your 5th hit on Masa. Generally, you're okay. I mean, we have Temper early, we have all the fast charges, we have Wall, we got all this stuff to protect ourselves, plus life available. I just don't see grinding like this. But at the same time, this is a newer program and stuff like that, so a lot of these runners are not as comfortable as a lot of us vets are. So I understand it.
Yeah. And it's curious about Dark Moons. He's got both his black belt and his fighter up. don't know. Oh, the fighter goes down. So I don't know if that was a free evasion stack fighter or if he was attempting a 4-person grind.
Let's see, Groggy. Yep, he's about to get his go mode, and as soon as he learns how to drive, driving's hard.
Oh, Sledge Kalami doing a using warp to undo a banana peel. It's a solid play as Burt Reynolds takes on Carrie, the Fiend of Fire. 4 hits, 336 damage. Wall comes out. It's going to protect some people. Temper's coming out on Grog. Fade's firing off. 127 fire 2 rolls through. Not going to do too much damage here. And we're going to keep tempering. And we're just going to wait with nobody. As Groggy Dog gets his loose key.
Yeah, he's in go mode. Burt has officially lit his second orb here. You know, and one important thing that I guess I should highlight here, I know I just kind of mentioned that I wouldn't have taken the grind, but it's actually a smart grind in a way too, is now that Knight actually has some spell charges. Yeah, he was already level 18 when he started that grind, and 1 level, he gains his first spell cast. So, I mean, I guess either way, it wouldn't have mattered too much. But now he's probably in a little safer spot. Now he's got probably 1 or 2 casts of life. Although I don't think he actually picked up any spell charges. I don't actually think I seen him buy any of it, so...
Yeah.
Everything I have said, he is just saying, Dangwoo, I'm not listening to you, because you are commentary.
Groggy Dog throwing out cake from pork. See if that's going to hit, or if the Fade's going to take it out. And the Fade melts Lich.
How dare you, Big? How dare you deny Lich his cake?
And...
Oh, that's not something you want to find right there.
But only gets 1 punch off, and Burt Reynolds is able to run from the Phantom, which is no longer in Topher. It's now anywhere with these flags. So, Groggy Dog gets his Earth Orb lit, has a full volcano run between him and Burt Reynolds, but he's going to go to C while Burt Reynolds investigates the Sky Palace.
Okay, man.
Okay. Okie dokie, man.
The Gurnagas, I kind of like that, you know, to take. Generally, as long as they don't roll too high, if we can kill them quick. It's pretty good. 1,800 for all 4.
Do you think Groggy is going to make the tail check to try to get promoted and talk to HR?
I mean...
Burt finds the Aegis Shield. A little bit of value here in Sky 3.
I mean, that's big.
It makes up a little bit for not having that second ribbon, for sure.
That's a shield. I don't think he has a shield equipped on that Knight.
I think he has a silver. He had opal.
Okay.
So, swaps the lightning resistance for stone poison resistance. Pretty good. And he's going to continue opening boxes here on Sky 3.
No, he
letting
rich.
Groggy catch back up, because Groggy's already on Kraken floor.
I like the Burt play. And as the Crab Cakes has pointed out, you know, there's a lot of chests here. He's still looking for 2 ribbons as a safety net, maybe a white shirt, you know, maybe a pro ring or 2, because he's only gotten 1, I think. See, and there goes his Knight. So that Knight not having the protection of that ribbon, because he didn't put life on it, is kind of hurting him, I think.
Mm-hmm. And so, Burt and Groggy running down their fiend fights. Sledge working his way through ice, gonna grab his Masa as Darkmoon is gonna full clear the Earth Cave until he finds that key. And here comes our Kraken too. We know Kraken's not too scary if he stays spell happy.
Yeah, we didn't really see Kraken to attack much when Sledge did it. Oh, there's our first. Ooh. Okay. Well.
Wedge gets Kraken.
Oh my goodness, that fighter took a shot to the face too.
And here comes Tiamat, bright green Tia. Lightning 3, the 236 for Lightning 3. That's pretty good. Cure Force coming out, Lightning 3 is coming out. Fades firing off for Bert onto Tia. And Kraken is cracked. As Bert tries to light his third orb here. Got Fades firing out. We got Tempers going. More Fades. 125 from Fade. Here comes Damage Poison from Tia. That's a little scary.
Oh. Groggy actually doing the Canary. He's going to get the tail, so that's going to slow him up here to catch up. But the important part is, does he get his spell charges that Bert hasn't gotten yet? And the termination of the Tiamat. Bert Reynolds lights his third orb here. Caleb, we have quite a race.
We do. So I would say if things hold here, Bert Reynolds is probably a Topher wipe ahead of Groggy, while Sledge and Dark Moon are run a little behind here. But if Topher's scary enough to wipe Bert, it's still anyone's game.
Groggy reset out of the tail. Little too trigger happy with the reset button. Had to go back for the tail.
Had to make sure he got his paperwork in for promotion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's understandable.
He's going to go visit HR, talk to Bahamut. Bahamut Karen, get his promotion.
Nope. There's the pro ring by Bert here. That rub on his knight reminded him that he should probably buy pro rings when you only have one ribbon. Kraken. I'm assuming Bert will probably get his spell charges after defeating the Water Fiend.
And Sledge, heading into the waterfall, going to pick up his cube.
Yep, that is required.
Fully promoted Groggy is off to Volcano.
Yep, looks like...
So with a good run, if he doesn't stop to check anything, he could get down to carry here in about 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be very quick. I mean, that's one good thing about doing the Volcano is that. Now, the other good thing is air technically doesn't take very long because there's no... for certain unrunnables that are the Wiz Sahags, Red Sahags. So if you're in Sea Shrine, you can potentially run into a bunch of them and you can't run away. There's nothing you can do. You have to take those fights.
Yeah. And he does have the insurance of the second ribbon, so Bert's still looking for his. Not likely to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's going to find it either. I mean, so far, Bert really hasn't been backed up by any of these unrunnables, but, you know, taking those Naga fights...
It's a little XP.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well swing at him, get him defeated. Cube pickup by Sledge. He is very close to go mode, just needs the key, which we know is over by Lich in the Earth Dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
The floor actually leading to the Lich is where it's at.
Yep. And Wiz Mummy's showing up. I wonder if they're gonna... Oh, got away before we saw the stone poison. And Groggy taking the diagonal path down to carry for the extra steps. And Bert catches some Sahags. One's with Sahag punches, so no crack from that one. Dark Moon kills his vampire, and the Lit 3 goes off.
The vampire-shaped speed bump.
Groggy putting the work on carry. 4 hits, 420. Sleep 2 rolls out. Go to sleep, Luke. And Fade gets Groggy his third orb lit. So in and out of Volcano in about 3 minutes. Time to go to Sky. Sky, Sky, Sky.
Sky, Sky, Sky. I know there's a lot of people in there. And on top of that, as Gouda has posted there, if you are looking for information on how to join us, we have a Discord. We've got weeklies we do.
Yep, we got
The
the
weekly
spring.
asyncs.
Yeah, we
actually.
got weekly races going on every day. People are pinging for races, looking for little pickup matches. We got a spring tournament coming up with flags being revealed soon. Trademark.
Trademarked. I tried that command too. It doesn't like us. So
Alright.
Kraken here for Burt Reynolds. This will be the fourth orb lit here. He's got a little bit of a lead of everybody that is on the restream here. Fire 2, that's good news. We don't want Kraken swinging because Kraken hurts.
But Groggy took the time to buy. Did he buy magic for his knight? It looked like he was stopping to buy his spells. So
Big shot by the Fade there. Burt lighting his fourth orb. He is able to go to Temple of Fiends Revisited. It would have been kind of funny if he would have wiped right there to something dangerous after defeating
Luck's on the
Kraken.
overworld.
That's right. Luck's on the overworld. All right. This is important for everybody out there. Burt did not buy any life charges here. Nothing, no spells for that night.
And we've got vanilla gargoyles in the Temple of Fiends. Gotta love it. And we're getting a Topher Keylock check with the better trap treasure flag on.
Oh.
This is value here. We got a Procate, best shield equipable item for our wizards. One of the only shields equipable for black and white mages and wizards. Reds can also wear bucklers, but that's not as exciting as a pro cape. It's like an amateur cape.
Darn amateur capes. The Pro Cape, though, that is a very good find, though. Very good. And as Crabcakes points out, with the better trap treasure, these two are actually very useful.
What's
Cabin
wild?
And a Sun Sword. Crabcakes lied to us. There was no ribbon here.
So Dark Moon grabs his key and hits his go mode. The Sun Sword's not a bad find.
We found the white or the Woat Sword. It's a 3 and 256. All right, everybody. As we were pointing out, Groggy Dog, little bit behind, about a half a Topher wipe away to catching up to Burt Reynolds, I would say, depending on the encounters on the Bridge of Destiny and on the map.
White D's with Toxic.
That's right.
Whoa.
Hey-o.
Uh-oh. Chimeras and Chimeras.
But the key point also for everybody out there, Burt does not have any spells on that night. No life spells. That is available. Did not take the time to buy any.
We got unrunnable wizards on the Phantom Trap tile, just because.
Cast cake. You know what? I love Twitch chat. Let me tell you.
Burt Reynolds is going to validate his run with just a little money. As Groggy Dog
2 by Dark Moon. He is respecting Lich 1. Yes. All right, Caleb. Explain why the 3 and 256 is such a big deal.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's one of those things. It's a less than 1% chance, or just a little bit greater than 1% chance of ruining all your plans for the night.
It really is.
You
And
know?
what do we mean by that? Even if you have resistances to a spell, let's say you have a ribbon and Chaos cast Zap, you actually do not have full resistances. For whatever reason, the developers somehow managed to put in like as Crackcakes put, like a 1.2% chance of it actually hitting.
Dangwoo.
What's that?
Dark Moon just buy his herb again to
Look,
get his menu item together? His item menu together?
I think he bought it just because he wanted the extra 5%. I don't know.
He got rubied.
It doesn't actually work, but maybe he thought if he keeps buying the herb, he gets extra 5% experience.
It might have put his heal pots in line.
Are you saying next level from Dark Moon?
It's the veteran move by Dark Moon. He tries to say he's the eternal duckling, but he's not. He's been in this community almost as long as I have.
Right?
Burt Reynolds on the Lich too. Mudgoal's gonna force him. The Lich's bodyguards come out and say, no, not so fast. Because they're unrunnable. As Groggy Dog, catching the poison damage from Tia,
Ooh, down
turns
goes
Pork
Pork.
into a hat.
Oh
It's a
no.
weird magic spell. And Dark Moon gonna get his tail.
All right. Yeah, as my commentator partner there, Kale pointed out, Bert is like right next to Lich here. Groggy Dog's making his way over to Temple of Fiends.
Mm-hmm.
One wipe by Bert. This opens it up. This opens the door to Groggy. Only advantage for Bert is he at least has knowledge of what's going on. 4 hits for 188. That's a pretty absorb happy Lich.
Mm-hmm.
Kate comes out. You got to believe in it, Bert. Come on. See, you already given up on it. Oh my goodness, you waited.
He'd rather wait than cake.
Oh,
687. That'll get it done though. And blink and you miss it. Groggy runs from the Frosties with Toxic. Doesn't see it. They're on the same encounter table.
Platypus spells up. He's no longer known as the Platypus spells up. He's now known as I don't know, a speed demon.
And
The man with a Belchen.
fades his vampire as Dark Moon's door glitching. Bert's pulling carry too. We're gonna fast up Grog. We're gonna temper Grog. And fast 5 hits 526. Carry, squishy, and dead.
Yeah, so far, no issues here for Bert. That's good news. As long as there's no back rowing going on here. The good news is for Bert, though, is he has 2 targets with Life Caster. So unless Kraken gets 2 turns and just it demolishes that
he
red
got the
mage, white mage.
First turn run from the Wissahags. Finds them again, gets away.
I completely forgot about them. See.
Never forget. Never forget.
Never
And
never forget the crack.
Sledge gonna do 3 more opens, gonna find his loose key, breathe a sigh of relief, and hit his foot on the gas and just start pounding through these dungeons as here comes Kraken 2.
Yeah, this is...
What kind of Kraken do we have today?
We don't want Nuke coming out. White Wizard, Red Wizard are kind of... I mean, high rolls. Okay, well, there's the White Wizard.
We still got a life caster.
Yeah, we still got a life caster. Everything's fine.
Temper's coming out. Kraken!
Oh, no.
There, we had a life caster.
Okay.
Problems. We got a 2-man strat here because we didn't buy life. And here come the Wissahags. With Poison Touch, he gets away again. The Mudgoal's protecting Lich from Groggy Dog.
That's why I was going to ask, do you leave the knight up front since he didn't pick up that life? You know, do you... See... Oof.
Spooky takes a hit from Tia. Tia, not too scary. With not too hard a hit here.
Oh no!
Zap! Zapped! And just like that.
The ribbon! He didn't transfer the ribbon!
Not move the ribbon, and Bert slams on the gas and says, "Get me out of here, I need a ribbon." And Groggy Dog.
And that black shirt pick. Oh, we found a power bonk in the Elflin Castle Armory. But that black shirt though could have helped too because that zap wouldn't have killed the black mage, and then the ribbon move over to the knight would have saved the knight.
That's it.
Yeah, that was a punish.
That's a lesson learned for not switching the ribbon. And like that, Groggy Dog is in the lead right now, working his way through the fire floor as Sledge downs Lich and lights his second orb. Dark Moon working his way through the volcano, still opening boxes. Finds it. That's a pretty good tile. but his levels, the ambivalence on the fighter or black belt strat is sort of working against him here. He definitely needed to commit to one or the other.
It's interesting he went all the way. I mean, I guess it makes sense to go down to a Provoca, but
Isn't that where life was?
well, yeah, but there's life and life 2. One of them was
Life-
level 1.
Life 2 is level 4.
Oh, was it level 4? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, life was.
I was thinking a wall.
Level 2.
That's right. Wall
Yeah.
was level 3.
And I think Cure 4 was level 3.
So yeah, there's a lot of good options available.
Mm-hmm. And so this little administrative time on Burt Reynolds' side is definitely giving Groggy the lead here, as he's going to get his first look here at Kraken.
I don't think he did the same thing either. Now that I think about it, I don't think he got any life spells for him. Yeah. 2
Okay.
hits, 12 damage. That is not a good start.
That's an unfortunate side effect of turn order and the fast not getting off. So we're slamming on the gas and hoping for crits with the Masas. Fades come out for 91 damage. Another swing here. 4 hits, 124. We got 1 critical hit there. Fade rolls out 157. And Kraken 2 rolling on about 600 HP. Whew. So got the turn order on the second round. And 6 Wissahags. They got fog too.
Among other things.
We're just here to slow
there
you
it is.
down.
Uh-oh. 3 and 256. Please do not happen to big. We need big. Ooh, those Gersharks. Okay, we got away.
We might need to reevaluate our ribbon setup here and make. I guess the. Did he get? Does he have 2 ribbons?
Yeah, he's got 2 ribbons.
He does not have life 2 on Wedge. Uh-oh. Zap comes out.
But he's got the black shirt, so I think that's why the Black Wizard survived.
That means he got cracked through a ribbon then. If he's got 2.
Or maybe he's got black shirt ribbon then? I don't know.
Wall comes out, so he does not have a ribbon on that night. Pork gets turned into a hat again. Tia playing for keeps here. 7 hits, 571 damage. Groggy Dog has made it through with his final 2 life 2 charges. And we get our first
he's
look.
only got 1.
He's rocking silver armor too. It's
silver armor only gives, I believe, 18. Iron armor gives 24 absorb.
Let's get our first look at Chaos. Pork's gonna fast Luke. We're gonna temper. We're gonna wall Wedge, and we're gonna swing away. Lightning 2 rolls out. A little bit of damage. Temper and swing. 3 hits, 45 damage. Not the best, but fast will help that out. Temper's coming out. Temper's coming out. Fade and swing. Luke getting the perfect turn order here. Both tempers coming off. Here comes the swing for the Masa. 7 hits, 344. Now we're cooking. Fade rolls in 151. Looks like we're gonna cake some more. Here comes some more tempers. Fade rolls in.
Yes, missed.
148. Missed without any evasion stacks. 8 hits, 440 damage.
Chaos on the ropes. 93. Pork refuses to go down. Big shot for
725. Temper comes out. Cure 4.
Is Pork the
Big.
hero we needed? Pork's still alive.
GG Groggy Dog. He did it.
I say GG to Pork, all because of Pork's valiant effort in the lead there. Helped to win that one. Well done, Pork.
Well done, Groggy Dog. The first place finish. That nets him another 15 points and sort of solidifies the stranglehold he's got on this Duckling Derby. So
yeah, he's got, what, 42 points now.
Mm-hmm.
Jumps off to a very commanding lead there. I think he's got first place just about wrapped up at this point. So it's going to be a battle for second, third. So nice job by Groggy Dog there.
We're gonna see if we can get Groggy Dog in here for an interview. Talk to him, see how he feels.
I mean, it's unfortunately that's what K-Ha does. Kraken, if you leave your life casters exposed, which there's not much Bert could have done about that, maybe except for
it's another one of those things where the preparation, even with like low percent Topher, preparation goes a long way. It might take a little bit more time, but it pays off in not wiping to Tia 2. And we're joined by our first place finisher, Groggy Dog. GG's, buddy. How you feeling, man?
Genuinely can't believe it. I had so many times where I reset out of like failing to save and lost like a minute or 2 minutes. I just assumed there was no way. Genuinely thought there was no way.
You ran a pretty clean race. You found most of the stuff. Burt Reynolds found like a little bit ahead of you, but you were within like 2 to 3 minutes the whole way basically. Once you guys both got airborne, he did take a wipe.
I almost made a fatal mistake.
You're kind of breaking up a little bit, man. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. Yeah, I just feel very lucky.
Well, don't feel too lucky, man. I mean, a lot of
if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. It was preparation, planning and practice goes a long way, and I know you've been putting in the work. So, GG's, Groggy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bottom left, second attempt through Temple of Fiends revisited. Gersharks, Wizzahags, the crack has killed more of Burt Reynolds. He is down to 1 night left. Is he trying a slow 2? Oh, man. Down to 25 HP.
Get embodied. And that's another wipe in Topher. So, Groggy, you found the one ribbon in the Earth Cave. I think Sledge or Darkmoon might have been the only other runners that found the ribbon in the Marsh Cave in the top right room. And we thought you had 2 ribbons the whole way. So how did you feel not getting that ribbon until towards the end there? Were you looking for more, or was one just good enough?
I figured the one would be good enough since I had a wall on my white mage. So I knew, like, absolute worst case, I can go back to Marsh and grab it. I have a little notepad next to me where I write down all my notes.
So you did see it. You just you wiped out of it. Probably.
I wiped out of it. Yeah. So I wrote down ribbon top right Marsh, just in case.
Talk me through your early game. We saw Mux with Nuke. We saw the Wizzahags in the early C, and then later in Topher with their crack. How did it feel to be delayed progression for so long? Like, just talk me through what this early game was like for you.
I think there was a point. So 2 things happened in a row. One was that I tried to bypass Marsh to check Melman and Crescent Lake. And I died steps before Crescent Lake and hadn't saved since Marsh. And so I decided to just try Marsh. Mm-hmm. So I was feeling pretty dejected about that. And then Marsh sucked. It was just like patently awful. So by the time I got out of Marsh, I was really feeling like I was behind. But then there was that really, really long fetch quest that led to knowing that the only thing you can do right now is just get the herb. And so I think I had probably the most galaxy brain thing I've ever done, which was just like brave the sea shrine, the mermaid floor, and luckily I found a lot of money there, and I felt really good about that. But I thought I was so behind at that point. That Marsh felt awful, worse than any practice Marsh I've run.
Yeah, this seed was not for the faint of heart for sure. So one of the things that we saw, so Sledge Kalami was our first on-stream runner to light an orb, and he did get the early water orb, but both he and Bert, after clearing the water floor, tempted fate to clear TFC for exiting out and saving, and both runners found the Wizahag Red Sahad pack and got cracked out of their mermaid loot. And so We
don't
knew.
think I ever saw that. I was looking for it because part of me was like, oh, that'd be great XP if I saw it, and I never saw it. So I'm really glad to know that that was a horrible thing.
Yeah, the Wissahags, in addition to having crack, had enough HP to usually eat one fade as well.
Mm.
So
Wow.
Burt Reynolds kills Lich 2 for the third time and is onto the Agama floor, or the carry floor. So you walk into Canaria, you see that you have a forced red mage. You know that I rolled the seed through the bot. So you know me and my red mages, we go deep.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Fade, red mage learnable. You re-rolled your party, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not actually. I thought about it, but I didn't.
Okay, I think you might have done like a quick rename before then, but
I did, yeah, I did a rename right before. I wanted to give like a little shout out to the tracker in my names, but I went back to my usual Red Squadron naming because it's just like I find that when I screw with my names, I put spells in the wrong places.
That's
So I
fair.
went back.
I was gonna say, were you tempted to reset out for double red white to get 3 fade casters?
Yeah, I was. I think the thing that it's come down to in my practice for these seeds is how horrible it feels not having faster temper, and so it was just more than anything, I was worried about not having enough charges or not being able to access it.
That's valid. I mean,
and so I'm glad in that. Well, no, I guess fast would have been red, but I don't dislike the call. I get real nervous about certain spells not being able to get them.
Yeah, that's fair. So, first place finisher, 2 of the Duckling Derby races, second place finisher, and another, pretty much got Duckling Supreme wrapped up with a bow.
Don't say that. You can't say that.
I've been commentating Curse of this whole night, man.
I know. I will say there's, like, from a personal pride standpoint, like when the message went out, hey guys, it's time to watch the Duckling Derby last week, it was, let's watch Burt, and then let's see who comes in second and third, and Burt is an extremely good runner, and he deserves that level of respect. So it feels good to be able to say, like, I've worked very hard at this, and to then go and do well. I think I've really struggled with, like, my personal anxiety about racing and being on the stream, and have really tried to work on that, so that feels really good. Genuinely, it feels like a little bit of a dream right now. I didn't think that I would be in this position, because there's so many good runners. Burt, obviously, but, like, a lot of the, like, Danny is great. I think we're seeing some really good stuff out of Chaos, out of Ragnarok, out of Darren. Dark Moon obviously has had a lot of really good runs in the past. Like, I could go down and name every single one of these runners and be like, I've seen them do really well in X, Y, and Z seed or X, Y, and Z race. So it right now, barring whatever happens tomorrow, it feels like a really big honor to be in first.
Well, I'm proud of you, man. Like you said, you've put in the work. You're up against some pretty stiff talent, and we're seeing it evidenced just by the fact that Sledge Kalami, blink and you miss it, and he's already into Topher. I'm trying to get the tracker updated. It's not cooperating with me to show his orbs lit. But Burt has made it through the Kraken road bump and has hit Tia with all 4 party members, something he did not have the benefit of during his first Topher dive. Dangwoo, you got questions for Groggy Dog?
I mean, I do, but right now, this is kind of important here for Burt, though. As much as I want to keep going with you, Groggy, Tiamat has a first turn zap. This could do a lot here. This could end Burt, put Sledge in the driver's seat for second place, at least of the restreams here. Nobody else is that done yet, so second place for those 12 points is up for grabs. Tiamat might be down here. Nope, didn't roll high enough. Masa probably swings. There it is. So Burt's now in the driver's seat against Chaos. Chaos had a decent amount of absorb, so it's going to take a couple tempers to finally break through that defense. And this is for second place here. If he wipes out, if Chaos ends up showing some nuclear or nukes or something here, maybe Sledge takes second place. That's not something I'm going to wish on Burt here, because he's played a phenomenal race. But let's see what we're gonna start out with. Some tempers, the usual stuff. Swings out right off the way. Hits for 5, so we know it's not a highly evasive chaos. High
And
absorb.
Chaos isn't punching very hard, which is good for our white mage. It gives them something to do with walls and heal 3s. But not going to do that. Just going to let nobody hang out. Oh, there goes the heal 2. Going with the cake. Meaning it up.
Yes. Didn't hit. Unfortunate. I like the hubris of this man.
The
I like the
oeuvre.
boldness. That's right. Ooh, that was a
10
big
hits.
shot.
881. Here comes some more cake. Chaos is full. He said.
I
"No, thank
so
you."
hoped it worked. I was so hoping right there it was gonna hit.
Lightning 2 rolls out. We haven't seen much of Chaos's spell list, so if he gets deep into it, we might see a nuke or something.
All right, cake hit right here. Ow.
He's going for it. Fade's firing out. 124.
Just fall into the crack.
Heal 2's coming. Another big swing. 7 hits 450. Chaos is still standing. Here comes some more cake. Doesn't do it. And Chaos has had enough of Spooky's things, and Bert has had enough of Chaos, and Grog takes him down with 600 damage from the Masa swing. GG's Bert. Second place finish with official SRL time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 38 seconds. GG's Bert Reynolds.
GG to Bert there, you know. Unfortunate, K Honda did what K Honda does. Kraken. Went after the life casters. That we meme about it on the Discord with funny things that Bert apparently has. I don't know what he did to piss off Kraken, but you know, the Kraken just homes in on his life casters, and as you've seen, it cost him first place or potential first place. I'm not saying he was guaranteed to win because the first turn Zap could have done the exact same thing it did, you know. So it's one thing to say it cost him, but at the same time it may not have.
And we're going to see if we can get Burt Reynolds in here as Chaos Subalu finishes off stream in third place with 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 14 seconds. GG's Chaos put in a strong showing through this Duck Derby. She's really coming to her own here.
Yeah, she really has, and it's great to see it too. I didn't really know much about her leading up to it. I've seen a couple races, and she's been pulling up a lot of upsets, a lot of really nice plays that I was not expecting. So
yeah, she would have unfortunately last race 2 she missed a vendor item at the caravan for progression that cost her probably 5 to 10 minutes on her run, and easily 2 to 3 placements in the finish. So GG's to Chaos.
all right, so as we are watching here, Sledge is taking on Carrie 2. Just a little update of points here as Carrie goes down for Sledge. Groggy has 42 points in first place. Bert is in second with 33, and Chaos with 29. So, if Groggy has a bad outing and only gets 1 point, Bert and Chaos could potentially take over first place. They would need... Chaos would need at least a first place finish with Groggy not getting... what is the top positioning on that? 11th? So you basically have to become last to take it away from Groggy.
And is Sledge out of just patience to heal? Coming into disrespecting Kraken 2. Temper's coming out and Viz 2 firing off. Darkmoon just promoted his level 32 black belt, and Kraken said, "You're gonna disrespect me? You can go to sleep, Zeke." And now we're gonna do some adjustments here. What are you gonna do with Zeke here? Zeke 2, I guess. Gonna go with the Quake. That's a 350, 256. That might not work. And Kraken punishing Sledge for the disrespect. Here comes a fade. We know Kraken 2 doesn't have that much HP, but Cake's not going to get it done. You can't wait, buddy. You got to do something. And
if I wait
unfortunately,
long enough, maybe Kraken will become bored and attack herself.
and unfortunately, Sledge takes a wipe and keeps the door open a little bit longer for Dark Moon to catch up here. As Life Reboot finishes off stream in fourth place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 59 seconds. GG's, Life Reboot.
That's another runner. That's another runner that's kind of come out. I've watched a couple of his races.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to say one of the more inconsistent, but he has like this hot cold thing where he does really well, and then like he just kind of forgets something, here and there. But...
Hey, Dangwu.
I know he's like me.
Hey, Dangwu. You know how we were talking about we didn't really see that deep into Chaos's spell list?
Yeah.
Well, Chaos Subalu in chat pointing out that Chaos had Nuke. So that's a little bit one of those when you tug on your collar and just kind of say, "Oh, I'm glad I didn't see that."
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. But
don't play it. Message to everybody: don't play with your food or you get nuked. Okay.
Right.
Chaos, you have learned your lesson now. Do not play with Chaos. Wait.
Chaos
don't play with your food.
Looks like he's been microwaved. It's because he's radioactive.
That's right.
So, Dangwo, I want to point something out. The Duck Derby here, we're really kind of setting ourselves up for failure with getting these ducks up to fighting speed with their racing prowess right before the spring tournament, because they're going to come in and they're just going to wipe us all out, man. Like, do you want to see Chaos Subalu or Groggy Dog or Burt Reynolds or Life Reboot in the first round of Swiss in the spring tournament?
I'm just hoping to take on you, Caleb. I know your ins and outs. I'm inside your mind. I am ready to crush you.
Is that why you lose so often to me, bud?
Yeah, well, I like to raise your ego every now and then.
I appreciate it. Somebody's got to.
9 out of 17 times we raced or whatever it was.
And Dark Moon, walking up to the Bridge of Destiny, he looked like he was dipping and diving around there, did a little reverse zigzag to the teleporter. Was he looking for the War Mech? Is he going to look for the War Mech? Dark Moon's the kind of guy that might actually go hunting for a mech.
Is he the hero of the people? No. Boo. Okay. The bird managed to let us have the sound of our people. We didn't get the War Mech, but we're only half content.
So Gurmadu says, we didn't see them on anybody else, so I guess Sledge is coming in. Yeah, Sledge didn't see the Mud Gold bodyguards here before Lich 2, so Sledge not coming in off a hard reset here. Gonna see a little bit of a different encounter table coming through Temple of Fiends. As he takes Lich. Here comes 5 hits, 189. Zine is just gonna slap Lich for 1 damage.
We are slapping Lich today.
Going full on slap strats. Let's go.
I challenge you to a duel.
Lich 2 tries to slap back with some rub and it misses as Zeke swings and takes it down. So slapping with a mass is probably the best way to slap if you don't have black belt fists.
Well, I mean, that's like bringing like a 30-pound weight to a slap fest. Like, come on now, that's cheating, Sledge.
It's bringing a knife to a slap fight.
That's right. Like, what is this?
Just don't slap the knife; it'll hurt your hands. We are going to respect Carrie too.
Don't run with the knife, okay?
So Sledge is our only on-stream runner that came into the Temple of Fiends Revisited unpromoted, did not go to HR, did not talk to Bahamut about a raise, and isn't really being punished for it. Like, if he had just healed up before Kraken 2, he may have finished by now. But then again, his mages are looking pretty good for a nuke to roll through.
I will give it to him. Sometimes, though, you just accidentally go one too far because it's
true.
Kraken's not in a location. I mean, you kind of get it if you've played a lot. Like, you know where that spot is. You know where the spike tile is. but I haven't really seen Sledge. He just kind of came back, and has been playing this. So I don't know how much he's been playing. So it's just one of those things where you might misjudge it and you kind of run into it. But that's such a costly mistake, especially against Kraken, because she tends to kind of punish you for those mistakes, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, Kraken went to black belt school. She doesn't really mess around. As he's got pretty good levels, though. He's like in the mid-20s here. 26, 27 I just saw him get. So,
I mean, these
unrunnable waters. That's the thing about coming in off the hard reset. At least most everyone else is going to do that. So it at least controls for your Topher experience to be similar to everyone else's while coming in off just a regular reset after you've wiped. You're going to get something different. It may or may not be better. And unrunnable waters are definitely one of those things where it's like, is this better than the crack Wizzahags? I don't know. It's a question for an adult, not me. Ooh, and he just used his last wall charge to cure 4.
He's got no more cure 4 on that one caster. I mean,
I think that was his red mage.
Did he use up all of his heal potions? Now, one thing here that you guys will notice here that Sledge is doing, he's unfortunately on a couple of those, he's not walking along the safe paths.
And again with the disrespect on Kraken too. I wonder if he's just forgetting the spike tiles here.
No, actually, he had a long hero run. I think he's actually okay. The only one that didn't really heal is the Black Mage, but the Black Mage is going to die instantly. And there goes the red. So we got to hope the White Mage lives.
Invis 2 is going to help a little bit of that. It gets 40 stacks of evasion on everyone. More tempers, not fasting though. I don't know if he has fast. I don't know if he went back to Melmond for that. He can't have fast because he did not promote. 5 hits, 390.
It is in the warp slot, so...
Yeah, so tempers only. As Darkmoon is taking on Tia. Go with the Bane Sword.
Yeah, that's something you don't see as much anymore. Some people call it the Game Clencher because we've seen it be able to poison Smoke Chaos for the win.
I think Falconic did that against Spellzap in the Spring Tournament 2019.
And Will Cleosis' second time in 2 tournaments against Crystal for the win.
So we got dual Tiamats here. Poison damage coming out from Tia 1, showing him a variation of the Bane spell, the one that does damage. And taking our time here, figuring out, are we going to save these tempers for Chaos? I think Darkmoon was the only runner that found the power bonk. Heal 2 coming out. Darkmoon has downed Tia 1. He's going to make his way to Temple of Fiends Revisited. Now, he will be coming. Everyone else had the Fighter Rainbow. Darkmoon, the only runner that opted for a black belt. So he'll have a little bit different experience coming through here. He'll have fast on the red wizard if he picked it up from Melmond. Looks like he's going to clean up his shopping.
Probably heal potions, maybe.
As Sledge Calamity gets slowed down by the vampire pack, and they're chasing him down that hallway, Dangwo.
He must be, he must not be a fan of Team Edward.
And he must not have bought heal pots.
Oh,
Sledge.
The victory lap. He's got 1 life too. Okay, that's good. He's got to have heal potions, right? He's got 87, used up all of his spell casts. It's a bold move.
It really makes you scratch your head about the disrespect on Kraken. It must have just been disrespect on Kraken.
All right, so this is important here as Darkmoon has entered Temple of Fiends Revisited, trying to catch up to Sledge here. Top left, Darkmoon has entered. Top right, Sledge trying to end it.
Off stream, Danny 3883, our illustrious tracker for many of our weekly races, has finished in 5th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 48 seconds. GG's to Danny.
GG Danny.
And what's Chaos doing? Are we going to see the Nuke Chaos on stream. Fades roll in 84 damage. Punch It comes out 146 on Zine the White Mage. 199 from Zeke. Zap coming out ineffective. Tempers rolling in. Let's go. Let's keep going. We're going to temper some more. We're going to just heal 2 maybe. Just give him something to do. And probably fire off another temper.
Okay, come on,
Cake's
hit.
coming out.
Oh,
Ineffective. Temper's coming out. Stronger. Heal 2. Swinging with the Masa. 5 hits, 405. Ice 3 comes out. That's a new spell. The White Mage goes down. Is Nuke next in the chamber? We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go fast. Cake's coming out. Here comes Temper.
oh!
Nuke.
Zeke is down! I
Zeke
repeat,
is down.
Zeke is down!
And Rub. Ooh, we got those pro rings, but this is a very spell happy Chaos. We got to get him down before we see that heal 3 come through again.
Chaos on his knees. Big shot, 526, still on his knees. Refuses. Zeke gets a good turn order. GG for Sledge.
GG to Sledge Kalami with a 6th place finish with official SRL time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 18 seconds. GG's to Sledge.
Yeah, GG. Well done. Way to battle out there.
Getting it done.
That's right.
As Dark Moon is fighting Lich 2's bodyguards, we're going to see if we can get Sledge in here for an interview as well.
Dark Moon gonna take on Lich here. One Punch Man. And bye-bye, Lich. I like the random party organization by Dark Moon there. It put me out front to be the punching bag. I really appreciate that, Dark Moon. For everybody that's out here, while we have a little bit of downtime, we're waiting for our last interviewer here. Or, not our last interviewer, our interview with Sledge. Little updates here. We do have weekly races Tuesdays right here on Speed Gaming. Thursdays over on Randomanias. On Tuesdays, it's at 9. Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have week 4 of the Duckling Derby tomorrow. That is going to be the round 4, last round. And up for grabs is the title of Duckling Supreme. So stay tuned tomorrow. It should be around the same time. We are going to start at 9 o'clock. And I will give you some updates of who's in the lead and stuff like that once everybody is done or a little bit later on. So keep around. And I believe I've heard the door open and in comes, I believe, Sledge.
Hey, Dangwo.
What's going on, Sledge? GG to you. How you feeling?
Annoying.
GG Sledge.
I noticed that it took you a little bit to get out of the quarantine, to get rid of all that radioactiveness. The mucks and stuff like that were not playing nice.
Oh yeah. Nor was Sea Shrine. Nor was Sea Shrine.
Yeah, it was a rough early game for sure, but by the time you got airborne, you caught up really quick. So,
Well,
walk us through what was going through your mind as you were clearing through the seed.
first of all, I saw Sea Shrine. I'm like, okay, let's grab a few levels. At least get a grind, be able to power through Marsh Cave and rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to go to Mermaids, having issues, not letting me go through. So I turned back. Oh, fine, I'll go to Marsh Cave. I got a few levels. Let's keep going. I finally find the herb, the item shop, and I'm like 15k away. I had other spots to check, and I'm like, herb is so out of the way, but I have to get this done afterwards. So I went, I think it was on rack location, which was Elftown,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. Got my spells there, and I had to grind for money even more. so went back to Sea Shrine for the second time. Finally made it through to Mermaids, got my money. Hey, why not try to go to Kraken? Well, last chest got 2 of my mages stoned, and I had no soft. Walking back out with a walk of shame.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the marking point for me, is walking out with 2 stone persons.
So as Darkmoon prepares to fight Chaos, do you think? So what do you? I think this is going to go for him, Dangwoo. He's got the black belt, which is a little bit different than what our other runners are doing. How effective do you think that's going to be for him? I guess Dangwoo's not here anymore. It's just me and Sledge. We're hanging out. We're hanging hard.
You know, I'm sorry, Caleb. I got so enthralled by some things, and I was wondering if Darkmoon was going to do his victory lap that I completely ignored you just for the pure fact that, well, you're Caleb. So what was the question, sir? How can I help you today?
Off-stream, Jazz Raptors finished in 7th place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, 53 seconds. I wanted to hear your thoughts on bringing a black belt and a knight into a chaos fight.
A black belt? I don't.
Well, the thing I can say about this one was Chaos wasn't so bad. So I'm not worried, but on regular Chaos, no.
Yeah. You were our only on-stream runner to see the nuke in the 3rd spell slot from Chaos. As Darkmoon gets his invises out, his black belt only doing 7 hits, 42 damage. Gonna temper up. Gonna temper some more? I don't know if he went back and bought fast. But here comes some more invis too. Swinging with the Masa, 3 hits, 14 damage. Chaos and got some absorbed today. 8 hits, 34. That's not doing too much. So here we go. Invis 2. We're getting our evasion stacks up. We know Chaos doesn't hit too hard or too often, so really the scary thing here is the spells on Chaos. We know it's Lit 2, Ice 3, and then Nuke, followed up with Rub. If my head math is right, I think I remember that's first 4 spells.
It wasn't Rub before Nuke. I don't remember. It wasn't somewhere around there.
I think Rub followed Nuke, but here comes some more power bonks, and we're going to try to cure up Duke as more swings come out with the Masa. 3 hits, 19 damage. Ink. First look at the skill list. Hopefully nothing behind that ink is going to do too much damage to Darkmoon. We're going to fight across the board and just hold A and pray here. 3 hits, 3 damage. Lightning 2. We're 2 bullets away from Nuke. 4 hits, 31 damage. The melee's not doing it. They're just going to wait. It's an interesting strat. I would still have them swing just because it's damage. It could crit. Could get a little bit more of a chunk out of the Chaos, but having them wait is just basically waiting to die. Ice 3 comes out. Nuke is next. 8 hits, 1251. The Red Wizard and White Wizard are right in that nuke range, and down they go. Oh boy. But in Black Belt.
In Dang, I believe, but it duck takes the kill. Darn you, duck!
7 hits, 658. GG's Darkmoon, finishing officially in 8th place with 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 46 seconds.
Caleb, I can already see. Really? You interrupted me just to say that? Yes! Dang needed and deserved that kill. Sorry. I'm gonna move on from that now.
It's okay. Whatever helps you sleep at night, bud. And we're joined by Darkmoon. Darkmoon.
Hey.
Talk to me about that party comp, man, and the ambivalence of the fighter black belt strat.
My thought was I wasn't sure how the experience and the trap tiles that I found was going to work out. So I figured if I didn't find the gear for the fighter, which I eventually did just because I was stupid and started looking for it, and then I didn't find a good grind tile, which I eventually did. The fighter, one of the two, either the black belt or the fighter would have been fine, and I was trying to two-man it for a part of it. And then I ran into some really nasty stuff for the early and mid game, and that plan was just out the window, and I was just trying to survive.
Yeah, the early game was a challenge for most of our runners.
I
I
see.
would imagine on and off stream. Now, Dangle and I were tracking 4 races here, so I don't know if you saw everything that everyone saw. Did you see the nuke mucks?
Yes,
in
I did.
Marsh?
I got the first time I dived into Marsh, I saw them and immediately started to encounter manipulate, so I never had to see them again.
So, when you were diving Marsh, did it ever
Mhm.
cross your mind to go back to Canaria and buy Fade for that red mage
And White Mage.
and white mage?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I was going so fast in Canaria, I didn't see Fade. Otherwise, my early game would have been very different. I didn't have Fade.
It was third slot in Canaria white magic.
Yeah,
I just want to say that everybody in chat was rooting for you to go back to Canaria to
Meh.
purchase Fade.
Nah, I was good with what I had. I mean, give me credit, not knowing the Fade was there, because somehow my eyes just didn't see it. I took a little tour around the world, I found Lit 3, I'm like, okay, let me get some quick levels on this, and I'm going to plow through with Lit 3, and to the best of my ability, I kind of felt like I did.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I made Lit 3 work for me.
To be fair, I want to follow up because you were pulling chaos right as I wanted to ask Sledge about some stuff. So I'm gonna talk to both you and Sledge as you sort of disrespected the back end of the seed without buying Fade. And Sledge, you talk to me about the utter disrespect on Kraken 2, not just the first time, but then the second time.
Yeah.
Did you just misplace the spike tile, or were you just like, I can just fade him down and it'll be all right?
I misplaced the spike tile, so because I was gonna swap my party members around.
Okay, that's fair. That's what Dango and I that's where we kind of landed. So how comfortable did you? So we ended up with this seed. We ended up rolling a loose ribbon, and I think it was
Loose key.
yeah, the loose key. So loose key and loose ribbon. Yep. So we found one ribbon in Marsh in the Marsh Cave. Did either of you catch that ribbon?
Yeah, I got Marsh Cave and I got a second ribbon.
Yeah, everyone got the ribbon out of Earth because that was the full clear to get the key, but not everyone got the ribbon out of Marsh successfully, and I wasn't sure if you guys did.
And that was the off chest.
Yep, that top right one. I know that Bert got wiped out to it, trying to make his way there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The second I saw those nuke mucks and some of the other nasty things that were just constantly ambushing me, I had one job, which was to just check the few chests that were along the way and immediately get to that incentive chest so I could get it and then warp my ass out, because I was not interested in anything else at that point.
That's fair.
I mean, I would have gone back to Marsh eventually and tried to dodge those mucks if it had seemed like the incentive item was nowhere else, but those nuke mucks pretty much said, Marsh is my last check ever.
I think that was our first race where we had the Crimbot actually roll the seat, I believe. And I have to admit, it went over fantastic. Mux with Paralyzing Touch. You get to round 2, you get nucleared.
Shark with Death Touch.
I didn't see
Sharks with...
I missed that, yeah.
I didn't see a shark at all.
It was interesting.
The Wizzahags with crack. We saw a lot of like just the minor inconveniences, the waters being unrunnable, the toxic with the toxic on the frosties,
the mummies with this poison with the petrified touch.
Yeah, and they had Wiz mummies had stone poison.
Yeah,
it was
and I was suffering the unrunnable metal slimes because, of course,
you weren't alone.
No, I didn't have Fade because apparently I didn't realize that was in the seed. So.
A Bridge
so
of
what could have been a good spell to use against them, I just didn't have.
Bridge of Destiny was starting to stress me out because I got, I think, 5 or 6 metal slimes in a row. And I'm like, if I end up against Warmech, I'm done because I'm using all my charges here.
Yeah, I mean, I was really glad that took the time to power grind that black belt up because he was the only thing I had that was killing those metal slimes at all when he wanted to hit anything.
All right, so we're coming up on 11:30 Eastern. I want to see what you guys' final thoughts are. Day 3 of the Duck Derby's wrapped up. Groggy Dog is in a very comfortable position for the Duckling Supreme. How are you guys feeling about racing in Duck Day 4? Matter of pride to kind of upset, kind of come in second? You gonna try to take down, all team up and just hold Groggy down?
I'm just coming in to finish it so I can finish it. I'm guaranteed at this point probably not to get any good placement at all. So, I mean, you saw I did a victory lap. I don't really care anymore.
Hey, Sledge did a victory lap too.
Nice,
I
good
did
job,
a victory
Sledge.
lap too.
Rock on. I mean, if you're not gonna get a good place, you may as well have fun with it, you know?
Oh, me, it's just after that second Kraken, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I just needed to reward myself for crossing that.
Heck yeah! So yeah, there you go.
So yeah, I mean that's one thing to talk here to kind of go along with what Caleb's saying is Groggy is at 42 points in first place. Bert's at 33.
So
Chaos is at 29. So
like
first
with the
place-
point spread the way it's at, we need everyone to show up and Groggy to get last place.
right,
Not necessarily.
if Chaos wants to win, I believe she needs Groggy to get. I can't remember what spot it was. I think it was 11th, and that allows. I think it was 10th or 11th,
Mhm.
and that allows Chaos to win.
I can go check the sheet.
That's of course requires Bert also not placed as high also. So
Yeah.
Yeah. We're looking at the sheet right now as Greg is updating it live. As Darren Dries finishes in 9th place off stream with official SRL time of 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 59 seconds.
GG's.
That leaves our only off-stream runner as Ragnarok784, one of the newer runners in the Duck community. So if you're still watching, go root for Rag to finish this out. But we're gonna try to get out of here. Dangwoo, I'll pass
Caleb.
it to you, and then we can pass it through all our runners and get our final thoughts, man.
you want to get some final thoughts?
Let's do it.
All right, Dark Moon.
Yo.
Since you are the man that has helped us, probably helped out with the Duckman Derby, give us your final thoughts about whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I'm looking at the sheet
You
right
got 10
now, and the thing
seconds.
that I'm most surprised by is the fact that somehow I'm still in, like, 5th place. That second place I got at the start of this whole thing really carried me through. There is actually a good chance I may not be a duck after this.
There's probably already a good chance that you're not a duck anymore, bud.
I haven't made it through this yet. There's no guarantee. If I keep stuck in the way I do, I'll put myself back up as duck again. I'm just telling you.
Wow.
But no, I really like how this works. I like this format. We did something similar for the platypuses, and I thought that was a lot of fun. And I like this. I like the sense of coming together and playing together, the sense of camaraderie that comes up from it. It's a fun time just to do this, and whether you place well or you not, I think it's cool to race against the other ducks, and I really hope that something like this continues onwards, because it's really cool just to see how everyone's doing.
Oh, not to interrupt you, Dark Moon, but it looks like Ragnarok is forfeited from the race. He mentioned in the SRL room that he has not been able to find that loose key, so that's a feels bad for sure. So, GG's to Ragnarok. So, Sledge, final thoughts,
Yes.
my man.
Derp. I don't know. I spoke my mind earlier.
All right. Groggy Dog, you still with us, man?
And yeah,
So you are currently the favorite to
thanks
win.
again for everyone who's worked so hard on.
Go ahead, man. I was talking over you. I'm going to shut up.
I was just saying thanks to everyone who's worked really hard to put this on. I'm excited for the last race.
Yeah, it's going to be hype, and that last race is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern on this same channel, Speed Gaming 3. It'll be me and Sonny Wrath 11 doing the comms for you, and the Hangry Canuck is coming out of retirement to track for us. So it's going to be a good one to come out. So
Nice.
if you're not in the race, you should be in the chat room just rooting these ducks on. It's going to be a blast. Dangwoo, what are your final thoughts, my man?
Final thoughts is, Caleb, you did an excellent job of saying everything I wanted to say. Everybody, thank you for coming out to Speed Gaming. Make sure to give the follows to, us, the commentators. We're pretty cool. But actually, the main thing is the racers, because they are the ones that put on the show for you. We are just the voices out here trying to entertain you and, well, say everything that the racers aren't going to do because the racers are better than us. So, once again, my name is Dang Woo. Caleb was my broadcast partner and the tracker for tonight. Thank you once again. Please come on by our Discord and come hang out with us. There is a lot going on that is being planned in the background that we are going to be releasing soon, along with our spring tournament. So come on by, hang out with us, enjoy the shows, and see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We got spring tournament coming up. Spring tournament. Aye. But thank you, Speed Gaming, for hosting us and for all the raids we got through the night and through all the different Speed Gaming affiliates. This has been a blast commenting with you, Dangwoo, as always. I'm excited to be in the booth with you, whether we're racing against each other or calling the action. Thanks.
You just wanted the last word. You just wanted the last word, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I did.
Do you know how to close this thing?
I do. I just wanted to see if you were going to try to do
Have a good night, everybody.
team friendship.